Hey everyone, TMT Moto here. All right, great news today. I went down to the States to pick up the rim that I had ordered out of California for the 1990 CR125. All right, but that's not what this video is going to be about. This video is actually going to be about what's sitting in that box right there. That box was sitting on my step when I got back from picking up that rim, and I'm extremely excited because I wasn't expecting this for about another month. This is going to make my life a lot easier. So how about we open up that box so you guys can see what's in there. Okay, so most people out there that are restoring anything have one of these, okay? I didn't have one. I spend most of my time cleaning my parts with SOS pads, Scotch-Brite pads, different types of cleaners and things like that, and hand scrubbing everything, and this is gonna make life a lot easier. An ultrasonic cleaner. Now, initially I wanted to get myself a 10 liter, but right now I just couldn't really justify it, the expense of it. These are not cheap. This one here is a 6 liter. It cost me $200, a little over $200 Canadian, and the 10 liter was going to be closer to about 270 Canadian. I think this will suffice for what I'm going to need it for. Really, all I want it for is for cleaning the carburetors. I'm not too concerned about anything else. Everything else is fairly easy to clean by hand, but the carburetors get build up in areas that you just can't get to. You know, you can soak them and stuff for days, but you still need something to kind of move the cleaning solution, whatever you're using around in those parts to get everything to free up. And because I tell you, carburetors are pretty much the hardest thing for me to get to function properly on these rebuilds. A lot of them are older. It's hard to tell if they're really worn out or anything without doing any sort of pressure test or anything on them. You know, you've got your main slide inside the carb that blocks off air, and eventually that wears and you start getting more air passing by and you get lean conditions running. But the other parts are all the little passageways inside that carburetor that start to get buildup inside them. And this piece of equipment here, from what I've been reading, is the one you need to be able to get all of that gunk and everything out of your carburetors so that they run just like new. All right, here we go. Let's take it out of the box. Let's get this off of here. I'm really excited to get this working. I'm going to show you the carburetor that I've got that I'm going to be putting in here. I'm going to clean the carburetor up a little bit with some brake cleaner and some carb cleaner because it's really dirty, but then after that she's going in here. I just have to get some solution to be able to put in here. Most people use biodegradable products, which I'll be using as well. Okay, so let's clean up that carb, get it in here, see what this thing can do. All right, so we're about to use the ultrasonic cleaner for the very first time. I bought some Simple Green, and basically what I did is I went 50-50 on the mix, because these carburetors have been sitting around for a long time. Recommended time I think is about 20 minutes. I'm not sure if having it in any longer than that will have any adverse effects on it. I'll probably leave it in for a little bit longer than that. All right, so I got 3 carburetors here. I've got one out of my 89 CR125, one out of the Barn Find CR250, and one out of my CR500. I'm going to clean them up a little bit so that I don't get a bunch of this gunk from the outside of the carb in my cleaner. And then I'm going to be taking the bottom of the float bowl off. I'll remove the choke, and I may take the floats out as well. We'll see. Okay, so I've got the carburetor disassembled now. I've removed all the jets. I've removed the air mixture screw, and I've removed the floats. So everything is out that needs to be. All the passages are open for cleaning, and I'm going to put the choke knob in there as well. So we're going to submerge this into our cleaner like that, and put the lid on. Button on the back to turn it on. Got it on. Trying to figure out how to adjust the temperature here. Looks like it already had a preset temp of about 40, I can't remember, I think it was 40. So we'll leave it on that. We'll turn the heat on. And I'm just going to let it warm up a little bit here, and then I'm going to start the timer. And we're going to go with a 30-minute time on this, and see how it is, and see if I have to maybe run it through a second time round. I'm not sure how long it takes for it to warm up, but let's give it about, say, 10 minutes before we turn that thing on and let it do its magic. All right, so the temperature is increasing on the liquid, which is great. We started off at 15, we're up to 27 now, so that's good. I actually put my finger in there just to make sure that it is getting warmer, and it is indeed getting warmer. So that part of it works. It's already at 27, so I'm going to start it up and just increase the amount of minutes that we're going to run this. Oh, maybe I'm not, because it appears as though 30 minutes is the maximum that you can put in. Okay, let's have a look there. Yeah, 30 minutes. 30 minutes is the max that you can run it at. When I was doing a little bit of research, a lot of people said that like 20-25 minutes is good. So I think within 5 minutes, this temperature is going to be up around 30 degrees, so that'll be fine. I'm just going to drop this down now. I'm going to get it back down to, I think, let's go for 50. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start it up and see what happens here. Oh, it's making some noise. I really want to open it up and have a look inside. So let's see what's going on in there. Let's have a look here. I went to edit the video footage from the ultrasonic cleaner, and I did not realize that with it running, standing 10 feet away, the interference picked up through the mic on my phone that I'm using for recording made it almost inaudible for you to be able to hear what I was saying. Okay, so I'll throw a little bit of that footage in just so you can see how bad it really was. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the carbs that I cleaned. I cleaned up 3 of the carbs. I'm extremely impressed with this unit right here. I would suggest that you get a 6-liter model minimum. I've seen some people using a 2-liter model. I haven't seen anybody using anywhere between 2 and 6, but the basket in this unit is pretty much big enough to hold a disassembled carburetor and completely submerge it. Maybe a few other small parts from the carburetor in there as well. But it's the smaller units, I would think that you would only be able to get like half of your carburetor in it, or it wouldn't be in the basket. You'd have to submerge it, and I don't know how it would work without it being suspended in the liquid. Okay, so here's the carbs. So this carb here is off of my CR500. You can see it's got a bit of a dinginess to the color of the metal after it's been run through the ultrasonic cleaner with simple green and water. That was a 50-50 mix. I mean, I might have gone a little bit heavy duty there, but I'm mainly concerned about the internals, and this thing came up so clean inside. This one here is off of my 1989 CR125. You can see I took brake cleaner and a toothbrush to this after I ran it through the ultrasonic cleaner, and it's quite a bit brighter, and it's not polished up or anything like that, so that looks really good. And then this one here is off of the 85 Barn Find. Again, extremely clean inside and out. I took a paint can lid and threw a bunch of jets in it prior to putting it into the ultrasonic cleaner. I just kind of blew through them with my own breath to see what the resistance was going through them, and then after running them through the ultrasonic cleaner and cleaning them up and washing them all off and blowing through them again, it was like night and day difference. You know, you stick your jets in brake cleaner or run carb cleaner through and you think you've got them clean. It's nothing compared to what this ultrasonic cleaner can do. Typically, I just go out and buy new jets because they're not that expensive, but I think I might start using this to clean jets rather than wasting them and throwing them away. If they can be cleaned and they're true to the amount of fuel that they're letting through, then that's fantastic. It'll save me a lot of money in the end. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of bonus material. I typically would have done this in another video, but picking up this new item, I figure I might as well throw it into this video as well. All right, so let's have a look at what I got. Okay, get this open. All right. So in this box, we have the seat cover for the 1989 CR125. Looks great, color's good. Quality is, you know, pretty much the same as what I've always got from where I order these. I'm not sure about longevity of these covers. They may be thinner material than stock. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, you take an old stock cover off and they've been sitting on there for 35 years, so it's pretty hard to tell. All right, the other item in this box is a stock Honda throttle tube. I thought about getting an aftermarket one, and then I saw this one and I thought, you know what, let's try and keep this bike as OEM as possible. So that's it for the parts for the 125. Now we'll get at the one item that I really wanted to show you. I'm going to do a review on this. I'm not going to assemble this right now, but this is a Motorsports Products MX engine stand. It's fully adjustable. I've been watching these for a long time on Amazon and on YouTube, trying to find one that I thought was reasonably priced. To get something like this up here, it was well over $200 Canadian to have it shipped up here, and I just couldn't justify that cost. It looks to be really good quality, you know, from just lifting it out of the box and having a quick look at it. So I'm pretty stoked to get this thing all set up. I will do an assembly video on it and a review on it and post that, and then longevity, let you guys know how it works out over all the different builds. All right, everyone, that's going to wrap up the review on the ultrasonic cleaner that I picked up, plus the little bonus unboxing of that new engine stand and a couple of the parts for the 1990 CR125 project. I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching my videos. Please subscribe, share with your friends, leave some comments, and I'll catch you next time.